Hey, beautiful bride. I hope you all are doing well. We are smack dab in the middle of the Christmas season, and it is time to be finishing up our shopping and all the things. But I wanted to hop on here. I wanted to talk to you about my word for the year for 2026. And, you know, if you know about that, a lot of people talk about a word that they're focusing on for the new year. And as a believer, I spend some time with the Lord. Usually it's in September and October. He'll start putting something heavy on my heart that I feel like is going to be the focus for the new year. And he started doing that with me probably about 7 years ago. And it just every year it happens. It's not typically a struggle. Usually there's just something really clearly on my heart and mind leading into the fall winter time, and it's what I know I'm going to carry into that following year. So this year was no different. God, you know, when I say these things, people are like, God speaks to you. No, God does not speak to me audibly. I don't hear from him with this booming God voice or anything like that. I just lean into him and listen, you know, and just kind of get a sense and a feeling for what he's speaking to me about. And it's usually through his word, or I'll hear the topic come up over and over again for a certain amount of time or something like that. But so no, it's not that God is speaking, you know, to me in an audible voice or anything like that. He's not coming to me in a vision or anything like that. Not that he couldn't. God can do what he wants to do. But so anyway, I wanted to share my word with you because I just think it's encouraging. I think it's inspirational. For me it is. And so I just want to kind of share that with you guys to maybe inspire you along to see what God might have you focus on for the year. Or if you just want to take my word and focus on that, that's good as well. So this year, the word that he gave me, I kind of was resistant toward it, not because I don't want to do it or don't think it's good. The only reason I was resistant toward it is because it is a typical word for the new year. My hair is driving me crazy. Okay, so it's just a typical word for the new year that people will use. And I just wanted something different and unique and, you know, whatever, fun, whatever. So this is it's a practical word. It's a typical word. So I kind of was hesitant and resisting it just slightly. But as the Lord began to open up the meaning of the word to me, I was like, wow, okay. I see what you're doing here. So anyway, so my word for the year is transformation. And I know that's not like an exciting word on the surface, because a lot of people want to transform in the new year, of course, right? We want to transform our bodies, change our diets, our habits of eating and drinking, and our habits of thinking more positively, our financial habits and goals. I mean, transformation is always attached with the new year, right? So when I first started feeling this word was the word for me for this year, I was like a little hesitant. You can see why. I just wanted something fresh or whatever, you know. So anyway, as I began to study this word, it was connected to a Bible verse that the Lord kept leading me to. And that Bible verse is Romans 12 verse 2. And it says, do not be conformed to the patterns of this world, but be transformed by the renewing of your mind. And so the word transformed there, or transformation, when I dug deeper into that, it means morpho, which is the root word in Greek. So that's how I always study out my words, is in the Greek and the Hebrew, according to biblical references. And so in the Greek, it means metamorphosis is where we get our word metamorphosis. But meta means to change by being with, and morpho, or Morphosis? I don't know. I'm not a scholar, y'all. I'm just a regular old girl trying to figure this stuff out. So anyway, the morpho part means to change from within. I mean, this is so rich. Like, a word just on the surface in our English language. Oh man, when you break it down in the Hebrew and the Greek and go deeper with what God's trying to say to you, it's mind-blowing. So this word is fully alive to me right now. Anyway, meta means to change by being with. Very interesting that Mark Zuckerberg, like he chose that word for Facebook. I love Facebook. I'm on Facebook all the time because I love to see all the people and the friends and post pictures of our family and animals and all the things. And but anyway, it's very interesting that he chose that word meta for Facebook. I don't know. I'm sure he knows what it means, but it's to change by being with. So in relation to what God is speaking to my heart is that I want to transform by the renewing of my mind, by being with God, spending time with God. And you're like, yeah, Heather, that's not really a revelation. That's what we're supposed to be doing as believers, right? I get it. I understand. But just taking that to a real conscious level and thinking about it and being like, this is how true transformation is going to come. This is how true change is going to come. It's going to be by spending intentional time with God, with the Bible, with worship and prayer. Just letting Him be who He is for us, in us, and through us. And I apologize that I am doing this in my car, but this is really the only time I can get quiet space, because either I'm going to have kids running in and out, or I'm going to have dogs running in and out, or husband working on a home project. I mean, I just got to get somewhere where I can be somewhat quiet. It can be somewhat quiet. So I apologize for all the bumps and the noise, but so anyway, metamorphosis. It means to change by being with. Meta means to change by being with. So we need to spend time with God. And I know that we all try to spend time with God. We all try to carve out our 15-30 minutes in the morning, or our, we call our road trip to work, that's our time with God, or whatever it is we do that we set aside that is our time with God. But really, to just be intentional this coming year about being with God and sitting with Him. And sometimes I just need to just sit and be quiet. My mind races all the time, and I know most of us, we have that problem. Our minds are racing all the time, and we are thinking about the next thing. We're praying about all the things, and our prayers are more worries to God instead of prayers and faith to God. I'm guilty. I know we all are sometimes of that. But just to sit with God and to be with God, to change by being with. My youth group leader always said, be careful who you hang around, because you become like who you hang around. So the more I want to have the attribute of someone, the more I need to be with them. If I have a friend who is very wise and I want to be wise, then I need to spend more time with that friend who is wise. If I have a friend who is joyful and always laughing and always just uplifting and full of just joy and happiness, and I need more joy, then I need to spend more time with that person. You know what I'm saying? Like, if we're wanting to be healthier or whatever, and we have a friend who's super healthy, we need to hang out with that friend more. Just all those things make perfect sense. She also used to say garbage in, garbage out, and I love that too, because if I'm dealing with fear, I don't need to be watching a lot of movies about fear, right? Or listening to a lot of things that cause anxiety. Turn the news off, for heaven's sakes. I've had to do that a lot over the last several years, is just let the news go. I catch up here and there, but very little, and stay out of the political arena. I know some people think we should be headlong in the political arena. You do what God has you do in that area. But if you are someone who is prone to fear and prone to anxiety, you don't need to be sitting and filling your mind with stuff that is making you be more anxious. Okay?